So this is basically a condition-based construct which is called as while loop. So basically, while loop in our programming language is used when the exact number of iterations of loop is not known beforehand. There are times when I don't know how many times I have to repeat a loop, whether I have to repeat a loop once or not at all. So if the condition-based looping is required, we go for while command. So it will execute the same code again and again until a stop condition is met. Mainly, if a stop condition is met, we keep on, until we get a condition met, we keep on repeating the loop. We can say our while loop syntax is while test expression. So test expression is the expression if the condition is true, while the condition is true, do something. For example, while I is less than equal to C. Now I is a variable and C is a counter check. So I is changing and C is a fixed value. So I'm saying while I is less than equal to 10, keep on printing something. The moment I becomes greater than 10, which means that the new value of I is greater than 10. So which means the condition becomes false. And the moment the condition becomes false, I come out of the loop. Here, let's have a look on this diagram and understand better. In this diagram, you can see that there is a while loop. If it is false, I am going on the true part. So you can see the first is the while condition. If while condition is true, body of the loop or the statements are executed and updation is done. Updation means whatever I want to do. I want to add a number, add two numbers, increment the counter, whatever my logic says that when the condition is true, I have to do something. So this is basically a while loop. Now, let's understand this concept with the help of our program. This R program is used to illustrate the while loop. Here you can see the result is having a vector hello world. So C is a vector of one string hello world and I have result having a value hello world. Now I have taken one more variable I which will behave like a counter. I is initialized to 1. So you can see over here the initial value of I is 1 and now I am starting my while test expression. My expression says while I is less than 6, which means I is less than 6, not equal to. I is only less than 6, which means I can reach up till 5. The condition would be true up till I becomes 5. The moment I crosses 6, the moment I is greater than 6, I will be having a stop. The moment the value of I becomes 6, the while loop will stop. Now you will ask that how this value of I is changing. So you can see that in the program, we are printing the result. What we are printing? We are printing hello world. So you can see we have written hello world once and then we increase I equals to I plus 1, which means I is my counter and I'm incrementing I by 1 and restoring the value again in the variable I. So you can see in the output, printing hello world 5 times, the loop quits. And that is how the logic of while command works. Now we will see over here while with a particular statement which is called as break statement. You can see over here that break is a statement which is used to abruptly come out of a loop. Suppose abruptly I want to come out of the while loop. What will I do? Break statement in R is used to bring the control out of the loop. So you can say it is like a brake in the car. The way we have brakes in the car, the same way we can have brake in the program also. So here you can understand that we have a program which is almost saying result is equal to C hello world, which is our string I equals to 1. Text expression is while I is less than 6. Print result. So the break condition is if I is equal to 3, break, which means if the value of I becomes 3, come out of the while loop. So now what is happening? The first value of I is 1. You can see over here And then what we are doing, 1 is less than 6, so it is printing hello world. After that, it checks I is equal to 3. No. So if it is not, no break. Again, we come and we do I equals to I plus 1. So our next value of I becomes 2. The condition goes into the while loop. It checks 2 is less than 6, which is again true. So it prints hello world second time. If I equal to 3, again false. So no break. We come down, I equals to I plus 1. In the third iteration, it checks 3 is less than 6. Yes, 3 is less than 6. So in that case, print result. So we get hello world for the third time. You can see, students, in the output that the hello world has been printed in the third time. But now I is equal to 3. What is the condition? I is equal to 3. So after printing the hello word third time, the loop breaks. We come out of the while loop and there is no increment of I plus 1 in I, and the loop quits and we print hello world 3 times and come out of the while loop. Likewise, we have repeat loop in R, and R is used to iterate over a block of code multiple number of times. Repeat loop is what? It is again a loop which is repeated a multiple number of times, but here we are iterating and we enter into the loop at least once. And also it executes the same code again and again until a break statement is found. Here we have the repeat function, and let's see what is happening over here. You can see that result is stored with hello world, I is equal to 1. Text expression is repeat print results. You can see over here I is I plus 1. The breaking condition is if I is greater than 5, break. So you can see over here that repeat command is repeating the steps again and again, and we have to give a break condition so that we come out of the repeat command. If we are not giving the break condition, in that case the repeat will go into an infinite loop because there is no process of giving a break. Building a function in R is very important, and R is incomplete without customized functions or user-defined functions. So an R function is created by using the keyword function. So the first thing we have to understand in R function is that a function is created by using the keyword function. The basic syntax of an R function is like function name equals to function within brackets argument 1, 2, and 3. So mainly function is the reserve word which will define a function, and argument 1, 2, 3 are the variables which we are passing in the function on which we are performing some operations. Now, what comes under the body? Definitely the operations that I want to perform under a function comes under the body, and again everything is within parentheses, that is curly brackets, and then we can store that on a function name. Let's have a look of function components. Function components have function name. This is the actual name of the function. It is stored in R environment as an object with this name. So it is stored as R environment. So it is a function name. Next is the argument. Argument is a placeholder. When a function is invoked, you pass a value to the argument. So basically, when I'm invoking a function, I'm passing a value as an argument. Arguments are optional. That is, a function may contain an argument and may contain no arguments. Also, arguments can have default values. We can have certain values which are there. If we don't give any number into the function, automatically the default values are accepted. Third is the function body, where the function body contains a collection of statements that defines what the function is. Then the return value. The return value of a function is the last expression in the function body to be evaluated. Now, let's have an example and understand how to create a function and how to call a function. Now, here you can see you create a function to print the square of numbers in sequence. So here I'm printing the square of numbers. So what I have done, new dot function is my variable which is assigned function, and within brackets I write a. Now what is a? A is a value holder, or I can say it is a placeholder. It is the argument, or which is a placeholder where I am passing the value in the calling zone. Now within my function I have taken I'm taking the help of for command. With the for command I'm writing I in 1 colon A, which means I'm looking for the value I in 1 up to A. A can be anything, 20, 30, 40 as per the user. I am storing I square in a variable B and I'm printing B on the screen. So basically my function is doing two tasks. One, it is squaring the value and storing in B, and second, it is printing B on the screen. After that, I have written my function. I say I have defined my function. I have created my function and I have defined my function. Now, after defining the function, I should know how to call a function. So to call a function, I'm using the function name new dot function, which is my function name. And I'm supplying 6 as an argument. Why I'm supplying 6 as an argument? Because 6 will be the upper limit in the for loop. As you can see in the for loop, that there is range varying from 1 to A. So here A will be substituted by 6 and you can see the output. So the moment I enter 6, I will get the square of first 6 natural numbers. You can see the output. The first square is 1, the square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, square of 4 is 16, square of 5 is 25 and square of 6 is 36. So that is how I have created in one part, I have created the function where I have defined my function, I have given a name to it and I have written my code, whatever I want to do in the function. And at the time of calling of the function, wherever I want to call my function in my program, I just write the name of the function within brackets, I pass the parameter. Now students, keep a check of the parameters what you are passing, because if there is a parameter mismatch, in that case, if truncation is not possible, then definitely you will get an error while running the output. Now, let's have a look of calling a function with argument values by position and name. So now this is something that we have to understand that what it is. We create a function with arguments. You can see here new function ABC. So function ABC is my function where A, B, C are 3 placeholders or 3 variables. I write A into B plus C, which is my formula. I'm storing the result and I'm printing the result. Now, I call the function by position of arguments, new dot function 5, 3, 11. So now you can see over here, A is replaced by 5, B is replaced by 3, and C is replaced by 11. You can substitute the values 5, 3, 11 into the formula and you can cross-check the results. So that is how we have done. So we have called the function by position of arguments over here. In the next line, it is called by function by names of the arguments. So here directly we are writing A equals to 11, B equals to 5 and C equals to 3. So you can see over here that the value of A, B, C has changed. So you can see over here A into B is 55, 50 plus 5 plus 3 is 58. So as per the precedence rule, we can see that the calling of the function by name of the argument is giving a different result, which is 58. Whereas when we were passing as 5, 3 and 15, so in that case, 5 into 3 becomes 15, 15 plus 11 becomes 26. So the answer was different. So if I'm not explicitly writing the function name along with the variable name, I will be passing the values as per the sequence of the variables defined in the function. But if I explicitly write the values, in that case, that value will be considered.